Right now, you are watching this video. Maybe you are in bed, maybe you are on your couch, and maybe, just maybe, you are sitting on a toilet. That toilet, that completely ordinary, unremarkable object, is one of the most quietly important inventions in all of human history, because for roughly 290,000 out of the 300,000 years our species has existed, there were no toilets, no bathrooms, no privacy, no walls, nothing. So the question is simple, a little uncomfortable, and far more fascinating than you might expect. How did ancient humans actually go to the bathroom? Let us start with what they did not have. No plumbing, no toilet paper, no running water, no soap, no private room, just open land, their bodies, and approximately 50,000 other things trying to kill them at any given moment. You might think this part of life was simple, just go outside, right? But here's where it gets genuinely interesting. Even this most basic act had patterns, habits, and consequences that shaped human survival in ways that almost no history book bothers to mention. Hunter-gatherer groups did not stay in one place. They moved constantly, following animals and seasonal food sources across enormous distances. And this constant movement actually solved the bathroom problem automatically. When you never stay anywhere for more than a few days, waste disposal takes care of itself. You go, you move on. Nature handles the rest. Simple, effective, and for most of human prehistory, this system worked perfectly. But around 10,000 years ago, everything changed. Humans began settling permanently. They built villages, they planted crops, they had neighbors, and suddenly going anywhere you wanted became a very serious problem. When hundreds of people live in the same spot year after year and everyone is using the same land, you get contaminated water supplies, you get disease, you get death. The moment humans stopped moving, sanitation became a direct matter of survival. So, what did they use instead of toilet paper? This is where things get genuinely fascinating. Archaeological evidence suggests ancient humans used a surprising variety of natural materials depending on where they lived. Large, flat leaves were the obvious first choice. Smooth river stones appear at multiple ancient sites, and archaeologists have actually found clusters of suspiciously smooth stones near prehistoric latrine areas. Moss was commonly used for its soft texture and availability. In coastal communities, water and shells were preferred. Much later, ancient Romans used a sponge on a stick shared between multiple people in public bathrooms, dipped in salt water between uses. Take a full moment to let that image sit with you. But here's the most surprising part of all of this. Ancient humans, without any understanding of germ theory, without any knowledge of bacteria or disease transmission, instinctively understood that waste needed to stay far away from food and water. Studies of ancient campsites consistently show the same pattern across different cultures and continents. Waste was deposited away from sleeping areas, downwind from food preparation zones, and at a distance from water sources. This was not accidental. It was learned behavior, passed carefully down through generations. They didn't know why it worked. They only knew that it did. Here's the wild part. Ancient latrine sites have become some of the richest archaeological discoveries on record. A 2,000-year-old toilet excavated in China contained ancient parasites, plant seeds, and intact human DNA. From this single site, researchers reconstructed the complete diet of those ancient people, the diseases that plagued their community, and which seasons were hardest on their health. The most private, most overlooked part of daily human life turned out to contain more historical information than almost any other source. What people left behind in their most embarrassing moments became the clearest window into who they actually were. So the next time you're sitting in your bathroom scrolling through your phone, consider this. Every single one of your ancestors solved this exact same problem every single day for 300,000 years, without plumbing, without paper, without walls. And they solved it well enough that their line continued, generation after generation, until eventually it produced you, sitting here watching this video right now. The most ordinary parts of ancient life were never ordinary at all.